All right, let me see if I can try to fix this. For now, I'm just going to make them return null, all of them. Just, just this. I just want to make sure there's nothing wrong with the signatures. I want to say here return null. Mark that. This guy right here, why is this a problem? I think this is related to something else also. So I'm going to grab this. Remember, I just added a fourth parameter. I'm going to make this return null for a second. I'm just trying to get the compile to work. This is complaining. Needed that function. And okay. So this one went away. Okay. Why is this complaining now? Close, close. I don't see any errors from the outside. I'm going to go here to test resources here. And all the errors are gone now. So I think I just didn't have enough to match the signatures. Okay. So of course, I can't leave it in the state that it's in right now. So I got to fix that. All right. So I just want to get rid of those other errors. Okay. They finally went away. Okay. Now this method was calling this method that contains two parameters. So let's do that. Okay. That looks fine again. Okay. Now this method was calling the one that contains three parameters. Okay, that looks good, and we gave these default values here. This is a predicate default value. Okay, and this method here, let's see here, this takes in a file name, this skips here, and it takes in the map also. Okay, so let's see. 1, 2, and this takes in 1, 2, and 3. Okay. So let's call this guy again. And this has got to call the file name. It's got to skip. It can call the conversion. I'm going to put in here conversion. Version. Okay. So I think everything is compiling now. I'm going to run the unit test from here. Test resource. Let's run everything. Okay, everything is still passing. The tests weren't great, but still it was a test. And now I want to test the predicate portion here. So I'm going to grab this right here now. Control C. Let's change the T4. And now this takes in one more parameter. This could be predicate. If I do this like that, because I'm returning false, I should get no rows back and this should fail. But we want to see that it works. Okay, so notice that it's failing. Okay, because I'm getting no rows back. If I make this true and run this now, I should get all the rows back. Okay, cool. Okay, so now remember the original problem is I want to return only things that let's say greater than 10,000 rows. I mean 10,000 in population. In fact, let's make it bigger. Let's make it greater than 600,000 so I can see a big change in the data. I'm going to go here to state conversion, and I'm going to add a function that matches the predicate. So I'm going to say here public. I'm going to say here Boolean, has to return a Boolean, is greater than um, 600K, I'll call that. Okay. And the parameter that it comes in with is state. So I'm going to say state here. Close here, and I'm going to say return, where state dot population is greater than 600,000. So that's the predicate that I created. So it takes in a state and returns a Boolean. Okay, so this will return a Boolean. So if I go back here to test utility here, I'm going to now type in here state conversion colon colon is greater than 600K. Oh, something it didn't like. Okay, let's move the mouse over it. Come on, give me a clue. Oh, non-static. I think if I go back here, I forgot to make this static. And that should be it, I hope. This is telling me it might be a problem here. I don't see any problems. I'm going to run this now. This still might fail. I just realized it failed because maybe not too many are greater than 600,000. So yeah, so this failed in this case. So let me, in fact, I still want to keep this 600,000. Okay. And this doesn't seem right. Why wouldn't New York show up? I'm surprised that New York didn't show up. So something must be wrong with the data. Data that I downloaded off the internet, so maybe something's wrong with it. Okay. So yeah, so it looked like it worked. Let's just make this greater than 0 that it returns. And this time it shouldn't fail. So it passed the test, but we could see that the predicate actually works. So with this utility, we can do a lot. Grab files, we can convert it. Okay, we can skip rows, and of course, we can filter out the rows that we don't need. Okay, so that's it with this. I need you to understand this piece and come with tons of questions because I'm going to use this for a lot of grabbing data and processing data. So this is just, Java's way of reading a file. And of course, this is me making it reusable so I can use this with multiple files so I don't keep repeating the same thing over and over again. All right, with that, good luck and let the code force be with you.